guys? It's your boy, Coach Sambo.
Yo.
Your online B-boy coach.
We're back with a new video right here.
And because we can't train inside, we're gonna do some crazy stuff outside. That's why we're trying out this new concept called BBOY Games. And in this episode right here, we're gonna do a handstand parkour challenge. And we're gonna see who's gonna become the ultimate champ. So we got a bunch of friends and battle droids over, and they're gonna try out this handstand challenge right here. So if we have multiple people that make it all the way to the end, then we're just gonna check out who did it the fastest, and that will be our ultimate champion for today. So for the first part of the parkour, we have a slope going up. From there, we have the balance of death with the box ball going from left to right. Moving on, we're gonna test out the skill and balance of their handstands by going over the bench. And from there, we have one of the hardest parts, going into the ball pit. And trust me, that ball pit is a real pain in the ass. If they make it out of the ball pit, they have to move on in a handstand through the tunnel and make it to the finish line. They just have to pull the bell to stop the timer. Alright, so we're about to start this. Stay tuned, guys. This is gonna be awesome.
First contender of the day, we have Tyrone, aka Funky Liam. Liam is known for making good beats, including the Coach Sambo soundtrack that you can find on my YouTube channel. Starts off with a little shakiness right there. Moving on towards the punching ball, receives the punching ball in the nuts and loses his balance and does not make it to the bench. Fantastic slow-mo replay right there, loving the sound effects. Looks like Liam will have to work on his handstand and come back next time. Moving on to the next contender, we have BGirl Coming, aka Coming the Mean Machine, the only B-girl to have survived the Battle Droids training program. But the question is, will she survive this handstand parkour? Starts off with a beautiful smile, moving up the slope. Does not get influenced by the punching ball whatsoever. Moving on over the bench, still with a good form and a good control. Keeping her focus, keeping her balance. Looks a little shaky right there, but loses the balance and control, almost making it to the end of the bench. Moving on with the next contender, we have Tito. Tito is well known for his freezes and excellent handstand control. Starts off confident. Moving on towards the punching ball. Gets hit, but does not get affected in any way. Still a little tangled up with the punching ball. Manages to release it. Moving on through the bench. Good control. Good balance. Yet moving on towards the ball pit. Loses his balance. He has 5 seconds to get back into that handstand. Will he make it through? Struggling to get out of the ball pit. Made it out of the ball pit. Barely trying to fix it with the frog stand and a headstand. Managed to fix it within the 5 seconds. Moving on through the tunnel. Almost making it to the end. Slowing down. Will he make it up that last step? And he does. And he has trouble finding the bell to stop the countdown. And swiftly moving on to our next contender, we have Anthony Delfos, aka Antonio. Antonio is known for sacrificing himself while doing a lot of crazy moves. Moving up the slope with a good pace right there. Gets hit by the punching ball. Not a problem. Playing with fire with the one hand, trying to go back up. Struggling to keep his balance. Still not letting go. Sacrificing himself for the handstand parkour. And I haven't seen someone struggle that hard since 1976. Moving on down with the contenders list, we have Maflex. Maflex, known for his flexibility and difficulty skills, claims to be in direct bloodline with Naruto. Starts off nice and agile and just avoids the punching ball and struggles with taking the heat. Back in balance, moving on the bench. Struggles, loses balance, and very swiftly in a Naruto bloodline style exits the bench, proving that he is in direct bloodline of Naruto. An absolute wonder that he did not touch the punching ball whatsoever. Next on the list, we have the young Sato-san. Sato-san's favorite B-boys are B-boy Shigekix and B-boy Kill. He's 12 years old. Starts off with a strong start up the slope. Gets hit by the punching ball, but does not get affected. Still a very strong and steady pace. Consistently moving over the bench. Making it to the ball pit. A very strong transition into the ball pit. Will he manage to get out? He did in a junior style with a lot of handstand control. Moving on through the tunnel, making it, slowing down just a little bit. He's almost there. Will he make it up the stairs? He does, and also has trouble finding the bell. And looking at that transition into the ball pit, you can see exceptional control and skill. Sato-san being the second contender to make it all the way to the finish. Moving on with the next contender, we have Stain, aka Stino. Stino is one of the upcoming mini droids that we are currently training in our facilities. Moving on up the slope, heading towards the punching ball, gets hit by the punching ball, loses focus over the bench, and finishes this short run right there. Next one on the list is Ryan. Ryan is known to feel no pain while executing crew routines. Moving on up the slope, struggles already in the first stage of the parkour, receives the punching ball, struggles, making big steps, finishes his run at the beginning of the bench. Next one on the list is Don Diego. Diego is a mini droid known to have many different forms of ADHD. Moving on up the slope towards the punching ball, gets touched by the punching ball, moving on over the bench. Hopefully his ADHD will help him find more balance. While he struggles to keep that balance, he has 5 seconds to get back up and finishes his run halfway through the bench. Next up on the list is Super Mario. Super Mario, known to have that superhuman strength, claims he will still be able to do a handstand once he's 90 years old. Starts off strong, lowers himself underneath the punching ball, moving with his steady and consistent pace over the bench, effortlessly getting into the ball pit, getting back out of the ball pit underneath the tunnel, starts running towards the finish line, and breaks the record with the fastest speed yet. Next is BBOY Cruz, representing the Dominican Republic. He's also known as the Sneaker King. Smooth start, heading towards the punching ball, receives a direct hit from the punching ball, struggles to get onto the bench, still manages to get up there, finding his way all the way, loses balance, and almost destroys Handstand Parkour property. Next up on the list is the one and only Coach Sambo, co-founder of the Handstand Parkour Challenge. Smooth start, heading up the slope, gets a little tangled up with the punching ball, gets onto the bench, effortlessly starts hopping over the bench, slightly losing balance, regaining the balance, slightly losing his balance once more, regaining balance once more, and once more struggles to find that balance. Manages to keep a steady hold while observing the situation, but then fails miserably, transitioning into the ball pit. Better luck next time for the coach. Next up on the list is the Turkish B-boy legend Turkie, known for having some of the best halos in the world. Starts off going up the slope, gets hit by the punching ball, transporting the punching ball with him across the bench, loses his balance, and finishes his run halfway through the bench. And as you can see right here, it looks like he almost wanted to grab that punching ball and take it with him all the way to the finish. Next up on the list is Robin, aka the Chosen One, representing the Republic of Nepal. Starts off concentrated, moving on up the slope, direct hit from the punching ball, yet no affection whatsoever, loses his balance, and almost dies crossing over the bench. And the last contender of the day is B-Boy XL, aka Lars. Lars is known for training hardcore. Starts off flying up the slope, completely ignoring the punching ball, moving on over the bench in a high pace, ignoring the fact that there are balls in the ball pit, pulling his legs in while rushing through the tunnel, and finishes the parkour in an absolute record time.
Alright, so we did the Handstand Parkour Challenge, and as much as I don't like to admit it, the champion is Lars right here. Alright, so congratulations with the fastest speed. And next time we're gonna do a challenge that I'm better at, because this is just not possible. It's not possible!